I'm setting out to make the most presentable Edward Kenway cosplay from the Assassin's Creed series for the cheapest price. Now, I'm not the best at sewing, but I am pretty decent at EVA foam craft. So what I'm gonna do is find the most decent looking pre-made Edward Kenway cosplay on AliExpress and see if A, it's worth the money, and B, can I make it look good and presentable for a professional photo shoot for a reasonable price. Let's get to it. A bit of context, I've been recently steamrolling through the older Assassin's Creed games, as I've never really had a chance to complete them when they originally came out, and ever since I've always had this thought dangling in front of me to cosplay one of the characters from the series. Ezio is obviously the first pick for most people. He's definitely the most popular character out of all of them. However, I'm thinking of saving that for later and instead go for Edward Kenway from Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, partially because he's also blonde just like me, so I'm already saving money on a wig and hair dye, but also because there are a lot of wonderful rocky beaches around that would be very much suitable for a photo shoot. As much as I love Ezio from the early Assassin's Creed games, I can't quite go to Italy for a photo shoot just yet, so Edward Kenway it is then. By the way, who's your favorite assassin and why? Let me know in the comments down below. Alright, let's order something from AliExpress and see what we can do from there. Alright, first things first, I found this listing. It has like a bunch of Assassin's Creed cosplays. We've got Ezio, we've got whoever this is from Syndicate, didn't play that yet, have no idea. Another version of Ezio, and we have Edward Kenway. $88, not too bad, almost 89, so we can say it's like 90, whatever. The price doesn't change if we scroll between the various sizes, which is good because sometimes the bigger the size, the more expensive the price will be. If we switch between female and male. The reviews, they're a mixed bag. I'm seeing that some people are unhappy with the quality of the product, but that's to be expected. In some cases, these AliExpress cosplays are not the best, but we're just looking for something as a starting point. This looks decent as a starting point. Let's scroll down and look at some of the images that they show. Alright, I'm seeing these leg covers again. Basically what these things are, they have boot covers, and what you do is you wrap these boot covers around your, well, footwear to make it look like you have like a knee-high boot. Thing is, they look terrible. They look like, I don't know, potato bags, but they often ship these things in these like pre-made costumes. We're gonna need to find a replacement for these, and something tells me that these shoulder pads will be terrible as well as these arm pieces. We'll need to find a replacement for that. The tunic looks fine, the belts, we'll see about that. This thing, like the waist, torso, like this red piece, it's worrying me a bit. It's a bit too silky. Might replace it with a scarf, but we'll see about that. Let's grab this. This will be fine for now. For the wrist blades, found these for $13, new in box. Pretty good deal. I'm considering getting these. As far as I know, the original manufacturer of these is McFarlane, and they made these all the way back in 2013. So this looks like it's probably old new stock, and by that I mean it is probably just stock that McFarlane never sold. And since China is the one that manufactures them, sometimes they have a lot of these things left over in warehouses that they sell. Not through like McFarlane officially, but just the warehouses just sell them. Or they just continue making them without a license. It happens, but it's an easy way to get like all of these licensed items for cheap. I am worried though that the Assassin's Creed logo is a bit changed here, probably for copyright reasons. Though what's interesting is that in some images, the full Assassin's Creed logo is still there. For example, if we look at the reviews, like here's a review. As you can see, the box is damaged, but that's not the point. The point I'm trying to make is that this guy, he has like the full Assassin's Creed logo. So it looks like he actually got the real deal. The person says very good, same as advertised. You can see the Ubisoft logo on the bottom right hand corner over here. So yeah, chances are it's 50-50. I have a good feeling that the actual licensed wrist blade will come, so I'll try ordering a wrist blade from here, see what happens. Add to cart. Next up, the boots. Yeah, here we go. Right off the bat, Edward Kenway. We also have boots for Ezio. These look alright. I am worried a bit that they might smell. These China-made PU leather things, they often have like this bad fishy smell to them, but it's okay. Again, we're here just to make a good photo shoot and make it look as good as possible for the lowest price, so these things will do. Let's add to cart. And just like that, $184. Alright. Let's open this baby boy up. While I'm opening, I do want to stress out that fundamentally I actually didn't really care if AliExpress sent me a knockoff of the original McFarlane toy, partially because the original toy was not that good to begin with. A lot of people online mention how this thing always broke and it wasn't really that good, but honestly for the price that I paid for it, it's okay. I was ready for anything really. But as you will now see, I was pleasantly surprised. Alright, let's see. It does look kind of genuine. 17 plus. As far as I know, the original one was made by McFarlane. It does say McFarlane here, but I still want to see if there's anything missing that could give it away as a replica of the original one. But there's a good chance that this is actually the real deal. It even has the Ubisoft logo over here. So this might as well be just stock that they never sold, that AliExpress is just selling. I am wondering how well this hidden blade will work, because I've seen like ancient videos from like 2014 that this thing like frequently broke off. Like the blade itself frequently broke off after a few uses, so I want to know if that's actually the case. But oh well, let's open it up. Oh no, what happened here? I mean, it was hot here in Australia for a bit, so maybe it being in a weird position caused this, but look how flimsy this is. Oh. Alright. What else we got? Alright, this thing doesn't actually feel half bad. It does kind of look like leather. But what about the suit? This thing is so bad. So yeah, for starters, this thing, I had to staple it together because there's no buttons, nothing to hold this thing together. And also it's nowhere near long enough as it should be. You're meant to tie this thing around in a knot so that part of it hangs like a scarf. And you can't even do that. Well, it's way too small. Like again, like this is how long it is. Second of all, I already made some modifications for it to look slightly better. There's like a little skull badge. It's Edward Kenway has it. It's not even part of the costume. It came with the wrist plate. And yeah, I already put it on to make it slightly better. The belt, this one is so flimsy, it doesn't even have enough adjustment points for it to fit, so I just used an actual leather belt that I had. So already modifying it. The whole strapping system around the waist, kind of been put it on because it's way too big. It's way too big for an average person. You have to be morbidly obese in order to, like, for this thing to fit. There are no adjustment points, so I'll have to cut it, see if I can fix it, but can't even mount this thing on the torso. So, yeah. Next up, the shoulder pieces. One of them came without a rivet. That's great. It's held together purely by friction, so if you move for just a little bit, it will fall off, so I already have to remake that. I'll use this as a template. I'll probably get some EVA foam, trace this, and make these shoulder pads out of EVA foam, but this is not good. This is terrible. This is gonna fall apart really quick. Not good even for a photo shoot. Now the pants are fine. I guess the tunic is fine. This thing is a bit short, but this is fixable. The hood itself, like the shape, it's great. The only problem is that nothing is held here by anything, so if the wind blows, this whole thing is falling apart. Regarding the boots, they are just alright. Just alright. Everything else, well, it does need some work. The wrist blade did come bent, but that's fixable. But the rest of the suit, yeah, it needs a lot of work. Join me next time to find out how much suffering I'll need to endure in order to fix this disaster. See you in part 2.